What's up, players? Welcome to the Chip Tooth Podcast, Chip Tooth Gaming's weekly conversational nerdy news show, discussing all the hot topics of the week in the nerd sphere. I'm your host, Mike Doherty, and alongside me today is old, trusting himself, Kyle Bunyea.
Hello. How's it going?
I am fantastic, KB. How are you?
I'm good. It's weird having these salutations when we've been talking for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got a rolling podcast in this intro.
It's okay.
Yeah, discussed a lot. Now, Katie, we were gone for a week. We were both busy. I launched a new show, Fat and Angry. Go check it out. New episode Monday. I just recorded it today. It's about how crazy 2017 is, so look for that.
Sweet deal. I'm excited. I was at a conference all last week, not nearly as fun.
I'm glad.
Behavioral health. The last speaker talked about how violent media has influenced our culture. So that was fun because he took a direct shot at the video game industry and compared them to the tobacco industry. And I was like, all right, that's where you lost me.
Yeah, that's
You're not the tobacco industry, sir.
Wonderful. I'm glad these are where our tax dollars are going.
Oh, dude, check out this foot skin I just got.
Stop. You. Come on, man.
Yo, conversational podcast. It came up. I peeled it.
Gross. Kyle Bunyea.
Yes, sir.
If you noticed, if you watched this episode and then you're like, oh man, that was actually like pretty structured. If you don't know, we are now switching over to, well, I'm actually producing the show now. I'm actually putting a little more time and effort into producing the show. So now we actually have a Google Doc that me and Kyle can go into and add stories, subtract stories, talk about what we want to do for top of the week, put questions in people have, all right there. So if you have a question, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tweet us at Cheeks Jr., at Sketchy Mailman, at CTG Vids, and we'll put it into our shows from now on.
Yeah, we got one question, right, from our dude?
We got two questions, and we'll get to it. Kyle, let the show flow. Stop spoiling things.
No, I was just going to give a shout out. You should give him a shout out because he's watched like everything and makes me feel special.
He'll get a shout out. He does. He does make you feel. Shout out to Alexander. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Dio? How do you pronounce that?
I don't know if he's going to be able to tell you in a tweet, but
Davio? Davio? Anyway, Alexander, shout out to you for being a Chip Tooth super fan. It's awesome what you're doing.
I'd love to see you like at an elementary school awards ceremony. Sheen Thompson, Sheen Thompson, Sean Thompson,
or an elementary school in Japan, right there.
No, stop! Don't get me going.
Slaughter the language.
Don't get me going. They got some fun names.
Jeez, you're breaking up. Wonderful internet connection problems. But yes. Sorry about that. That threw me off. So Kyle.
Yee.
It's been about 2 weeks since we've done this. What have you been playing? What have you been up to, as I like to say?
Dude, I have been playing nothing. I have not. I think the time I have played, I've been playing a little bit of sports games. So NHL 2017. That's about it.
Woo.
Yeah, super exciting. No, I was just busy. We're trying to sell our house. We're trying to get trained for our job and learn things about behavioral health, boring things that affect people's psychological well-being. Super fun.
Selling the OG Chip Tooth studio.
Yeah, trying to.
On this channel.
Trying is the key word there. But once we do have a cool project that I don't want to talk about yet. But
I'm excited for that. We've talked about that. Now, if you want to buy Kyle's house, go ahead and go over to Top Producers.
Or Zillow.com.
Or Zillow.
Search anything in Running Springs. Yeah. It'll come up. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, $185,000. Please buy it.
One of the nicest and cheapest places to live in California, San Francisco, California.
Yeah. Well, and then everybody that just heard me say 100 $85,000 for a 1,200 square foot house that doesn't live in California is probably like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive because California's stupid.
It's so expensive. I love it.
It is.
I just love paying $800 in rent, sharing a room.
Yeah. Well, you got to clarify. You pay $800 in rent, but then you share. Each person pays that, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
$3,200 in rent.
Well, actually more because one person pays 1,100. I love the Bay Area.
God, dude, that's ridiculous.
I got 3 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment.
That's ridiculous.
Well, Kyle, I have been continuing my platinum grind to conquer the Bandicoot. I am more than halfway done with Crash 1. The gems, the death gems, are the worst, most painful things ever. The relic runs on Crash 1 are actually the easiest out of the 3. I jumped into that Next Machina game, Housemarque game. Really fun. Having a blast with that.
Nice.
Typical dual stick shooter. I think this is my favorite Housemarque game aside from Resogun.
Okay.
So, and their next one coming up, I forgot what it was called. It's late. I'm drawing a blank, but that one looks awesome too.
I like that studio. Resogun was sick. Still play it from time to time. I love it.
Resogun, that's so smart that they launched it on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
On launch day of the PS4.
Nice. I think, yeah, I got that for free, and I got Octodad for free pretty early on. Still have Octodad.
Let's not forget that gem.
Hey, it was fun. It's fun to play once co-op.
It's stupid. This dumb controls that are broken. Don't get that in my face. I don't want anything to do with that. And on top of that, I'm trying to get tonight, depending on how uploading goes. I want to jump back into Gravity Rush. And actually tonight we are also filming 2 Let's Plays. Both Crash Bandicoot. I'm doing the Stormy Ascent, the DLC, which we'll get into in a minute. And then another Crash Bandicoot Let's Play with me and Mike, where we each hold the controller. And I take one side and he takes one side, and we have to get through Road to Nowhere, which is like one of the hardest Crash Bandicoot levels there is.
Is that the bridge one?
Yes.
Oh, God, you guys are going to be there all night long.
We got good teamwork. I believe we can do it. And if you want to watch that, just stay tuned to Chip Tooth Gaming. Now, Kyle Bunyea.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for the Doherty Report?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Let's get into some news. So our first piece of news is actually what we just talked about. Stormy Ascent is now available on the PlayStation Store. It will be free during its first month of availability. After that, players will be able to purchase the DLC for $3. Now, for those of you who don't know, Stormy Ascent is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy DLC of Lost. A level that the original developers took out. It was completed and done and ready to go for the original Crash Bandicoot game. Naughty Dog took it out because it was so difficult. Like, this is like a grueling level, and Crash Bandicoot 1's already hard enough, as we all know. Dan Tangy, who spoke with GameSpot ahead of the announcement, says Stormy Ascent was cut because it was just so damn hard. We got a hold of it, and the team really wanted to give the fans, because there's been a number of fans who've gotten to play it, because they'd go into the code and go into the back end. And there are now a number of fans who haven't had to, or weren't able to play it. So now they're making it available to everybody in the whole remastered version in Crash trilogy fashion. So that's exciting. That was announced today at San Diego Comic-Con.
Nice. More love for the Bandicoot is always good for people like you.
Well, with this, I'm excited to see it. They already have another one. Because there's 2 trophies, basically, and they're for different levels that are showing up on the trophy list. So there's another level they're going to be dropping on us, and I wonder if they're going to give us more levels, like beyond these 2. I wonder if we will get like a PSX announcement of like a $10 levels pack for all 3 games.
That would be awesome. I would love to see the support continue for it. It's been It's been a hot game. It's been a game that my wife wants to buy. Again, we're busy, so video games not our priority right now. But once life settles down a little bit, I'm gonna pick it up for her, and she's gonna have a blast with it, I'm sure. And it'll be awesome to keep supporting that game beyond just the release and seeing if the DLC is supported as much as the initial release was.
Well, and on top of that too, I think it would be a good way to test the waters of a new Crash game, very slyly doing it. Because you go, okay, PSX, let's say they announce CTR and a 10 level pack for all 3 games. Like across 3 games, it's 10 levels total. And it's new, completely new levels designed by Vicarious Visions for those 3 games. And it's kind of like testing the waters for a new Crash game and see, okay, are people interested? What will be the blowback of adding on new games that weren't previously in these games? I think it's a good way to test the waters.
I agree. I think it'll be cool to see where this goes from here.
And speaking of hot selling video games, Activision also announced today a surprising statistic about the Crash Insane trilogy. According to its publisher, it's the top selling physical console game worldwide in the month of June. What makes this impressive is impressive. Sorry, can't speak. First time reading off something actually for the news. I switched it to paper as well because people gave me crap for having my phone thinking I was texting the whole time.
Unprofessional.
You know who you are.
Unprofessional skis.
You know who you are. But yes, this is impressive because it only had 2 days on the market in June, and it's the #1 best-selling game throughout all consoles, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. Now, July or June hasn't had a lot. There weren't like a lot of heavy hitters in June, but that's still really impressive for not only an exclusive game, but for Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, it was 2 days.
2 days.
I don't care what came out in June. I don't care how long the other games had on the market. Crash Bandicoot came out and took the top selling spot in June in 2 days. That's really impressive. And that surprised a lot of people because if I remember right, I think it was weeks ago now, Tim was saying it wasn't going to chart in June.
I knew it was. This whole time I knew it was going to chart.
On NPD, but here we are. And he said because it's coming out at the end of the month, so it's playing behind the 8 ball. But here we are. July, June numbers come out. Crash Bandicoot, top selling game. It's nuts.
I've been saying it was going to chart. Maybe I didn't expect it to get the #1, but like when I've talked about it, I've talked about it being a bestseller on Amazon in all 3 of the major territories. And it hasn't even come out in Japan yet. No. It comes out in August in Japan.
Right. And I think it's just time to strike while the iron is hot for nostalgia because all of us 90s kids are adults. We're wanting to buy things. We're wanting to share things with our families. I mean, shoot, today at Comic-Con, Nickelodeon announced a Rocko's Modern Life TV movie. Like, no kid in the world knows what Rocko's Modern Life is. That is only for like 20 plus year olds who watched that really inappropriate kids TV show. But Nickelodeon said, yeah, we're going to make a Rocko's Modern Life movie for you guys. And awesome. I mean, you see that trend with a lot of other things right now, capitalizing on our childhood loves.
I mean, yeah, the nostalgia factor in media today is hot. And I think I've said this time and time again. People are probably sick of me hearing saying this, but I think it's all but written in stone that there's going to be a Spyro collection and a CTR collection, both of them. I think they'd be dumb not to do either one of them. And I think Activision has really had the sales numbers and been like, oh, like now I just don't want it to become annualized. That's my only fear.
Mm-hmm. Right, because it is bringing in so much money. Activision is notorious for annualizing everything.
Well, especially with Skylanders falling off recently, I wonder if they've replaced Skylanders with Crash Bandicoot.
I hope not, because that's the thing. Nostalgia only works when you have an opportunity to miss it.
I'm telling you, you release CTR, and I think a new Crash game, and I think you're fine. I think if they do a new Crash game, like, good, I think this franchise could be here to stay.
Right, but what I'm saying is that when you annualize it,
takes the shine off of please don't do that. Let's not do that.
God, what was it? It was Robin Hood, Disney cartoon I watched growing up. The fat chicken, all he said, absence makes the heart grow fonder. When something is gone, you want it, and you forget how bad it was. And then when it comes out and you're like, oh, this was amazing. Like Banjo-Kazooie is a rough game. But when it came out on Rare, it controls rough. The camera's rough.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Maybe. But that was the sign of the times. But playing it on Rare Replay, I didn't care. I was just like, I'm playing Banjo-Kazooie again, and I'm happy with that. And I hope Activision doesn't make us sick of Crash. I hope they do the fans of service and make this something special. Make these releases something unique. CTR. There's still nostalgia for that. There's still a desire for that. But what I'm saying is beyond the Insane Trilogy and beyond CTR, are they going to just pump out games to make money? And then that's going to kill it.
Got to get that Crash Bash back here.
Okay, no.
Hot song Crash Bash.
No one wants that but you and maybe a handful of other weirdos.
Yeah, no. That's a rough one. But I still love that. I think it would be a cool bundle with, why not? You already have the engine. Might as well do it. Next story is all about Nintendo. A couple of months all about PlayStation. My bad. Right? Yes.
I wouldn't say it's all about either one of them. It's kind of about both.
Okay, well, anyway. The couple months of the Nintendo Switch topping the U.S. sales charts seems to be over. For the second straight month, PS4 leads hardware sales among consoles. Hardware sales were strong in June 2017 compared with June 2016, up 27%. Year-to-date sales are up 19% over last year, totaling $1.4 billion. The increase in sales is due primarily to the release of the Switch earlier this year. Total sales of the month are expected to reach 765 million, which is an increase from 7% year over year. Category except accessories saw an increase in spending during June. Now, basically what this means is PlayStation's back on top, Nintendo not on bottom, because I think they are still above Microsoft. I need to look into
this month. I don't know. I didn't see.
Check. Anyway, NPD time is like my favorite time of the year, just because I like the console war. I like who's winning. I like the race that these companies do. You can call me a fanboy for that, but I think it's good. I think it's good for the consumers, and I think it's fun. I think it's fun to get involved in, and just kind of have a horse in the race, even though you don't have to be a blatant fanboy about it. But
yeah. Well, and I think the story here isn't the Switch's sales numbers dropping for 2 consecutive months. I think that's just because they're not out there. They're hard to find. People freak out anytime. It was trending on my newsfeed the other day that GameStop had them back in stock. So it's just, I just don't think there's enough out there in the wild for them to come anywhere close to beating PlayStation in sales numbers. But like you said, I feel like this is more of a PlayStation story just because they continue to sell units. They continue to be at the top, and we're 4 years in, almost 5 years in now. That's pretty impressive.
They're dominating. I think it's going to outpace the PS2. I really do. I think PS4 is going to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. And it's the fun game to watch is going to be see how close it gets to the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be interesting to watch in the next couple of years, especially with the exclusives that they're pumping out and PSVR, which I'm sure they will have something exciting eventually to get people in. But I'm saying for the general consumer.
I know. I'm just giving you
It's
crap.
A fun gimmick. People like gimmicks, huh? Wii. Nintendo.
Yeah, Vita. Oh, wait. No, that didn't.
It's not a gimmick. All right, Kyle.
Move. Oh, wait. No, that didn't work either.
God, I hate you.
PlayStation Eye. No, crap. We're really bad at this gimmick thing.
I hate you. PlayStation Eye was fun, especially on the PS2, man.
It might have been fun, but nobody bought it.
You wipe the windows. I think that's all I owe in the boxing. Eat my mini quiches, sir. I have weird memories connected with games, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. I'm glad that PlayStation Move taught you how to fight. When dads were absent,
PlayStation
Sony was
Eye. The next great Sony ad commercial.
Oh,
When
man.
dads were absent, the PlayStation Eye was there. PlayStation Move stepped into my life.
Jeez. Oh, man. We raised a screwed up generation.
That's good. I mean, it turned out fine, right? I just melt cheese on light bulbs and eat quiches, and for some reason that sticks in my memory as a good memory about a video game. Okay, moving
Peep
on.
on your sister's best friend. That's totally normal. It's
That's
totally
not
normal
that's,
stuff.
again. We've discussed this. That's made up. You've made up. That's a made up fable.
Okay, maybe the way we said you did it was made up, but I don't think it was made up.
It was made up. There's no people found, sir. Show me the smoking gun.
I was going to say, don't tell me to show you the people, because I'm not going to do that.
I'll show you the people.
That's how we get banned.
Okay. Destiny 2 beta is now available on PS4 and Xbox One. KB, take it away. What do you think? I have no opinion on this whatsoever.
I don't want to play it because I want to be surprised. I hate betas.
So it's 1.5. It's Destiny 1.5. There's nothing to be surprised about.
Well, I know, but it's just I don't like the only beta I have played in the last probably 5 years was DC Wildlands. No, I didn't play that.
Just kidding.
I bought that one. Mistake.
One of those idiots.
Yeah. No, I played Ghost Recon Wildlands beta, and I don't know. It's just something about playing a beta. People expect more from it. They don't realize that you are literally testing the servers. You're not doing anything else. Like, calm your butt that you didn't get 6 hours of gameplay. You didn't get a demo. You got a beta. Because some people are freaking out that it's too short, that there's not enough in it. It's like, what do you expect?
People are dumb and they find anything to complain about.
They do. No, from what I've seen of it, again, it's more of the same. There's been some mixed reaction to PvP. There's been some mixed reaction to what seems to be some unbalances in character classes with what maneuvers the Warlock has, what maneuvers the Titan has, things like that. But I mean, this is the beta. This is the time where they're trying to balance all of that out. So the more people that play it, again, I'm not going to be one of those people. I want to jump in day one and have no prior knowledge to what Destiny 2 is going to be, other than what I've seen in the trailers. But they need people to play it. They need people that are willing to play it so they can vocalize their concerns now so that they can fix it by September. So if you are one of those people that enjoys playing betas, please go download it. Please go try this out and tell them what needs to be fixed, because you're probably going to be the person day one that complains about something you don't like in the game. I'm not a guy who complains about games. If I bought a game, I'm buying the game warts and all, and I'm going to deal with it. But
I like it. That's what I respect about you, KB. Now, I do have a question for you, though. If there's one thing that you want out of Destiny 2, what do you want?
Are you saying if there's one thing, or is there a conversation we've had in the past that I'm not remembering?
If there's one thing. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember anything we talked about.
Destiny 2. What do I want from you?
Like what?
I want a more solid story, a more comprehensive story. I don't want grimoire cards. I don't want to have to go online on Bungie.net and read the story of Destiny. When I buy a $60 game, I want to be told the story of Destiny.
It's like the game manuals back in the day.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It really did feel like that, or like a strategy guide online that gives you all the backstory. No, I want trials to not be full of cheaters. I want I don't want to be screwed time and time again by your freaking random number generator not giving me any exotics. So many things I want, but I don't know. I want that sense of community, doing a raid, getting Connor Green on there again.
Yeah, boy.
So
boy.
We'll see. Get a raid group together, a consistent raid group, and building those connections is always fun.
If you get it on PS4, I'll try it.
would you just get it on Xbox? You have an Xbox.
I know, but it doesn't have trophies, so I refuse to play any third-party game on it.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? If Connor Green doesn't start playing games again anytime soon here, I might switch my reservation over to PlayStation 4 and play with you.
Yeah, we won.
I can't play Destiny 2 by myself. I can't do it. It's not a game you can really enjoy solo.
I don't think I have anyone else who would play it on there though. I gotta think. We'll get back to you on that. I'm sure our lovely community would like to jump in and play with us at times as well.
We'll see. We will see.
Speaking of things that are out or coming out, I guess, this year, Sony's revealed the release date for Gran Turismo Sport, the first game in the series to come to the PS4. The racer will launch in the US on October 17th before the European Australian release date on October 18th. The publisher announced this in the news. This news in the first European trailer. Jeez Louise, I can't speak. I am so sorry. I will get better at this, I promise. So,
Gran Turismo's coming out. Cool.
They actually have a big exclusive game coming out for the first time. Holiday.
Exciting for all you racing nerds out there. Not exciting for me.
I'm excited to jump in and just try it. I'm going to get it. I don't know why not.
Because it's $60 and I don't care.
That's true. I guess that's true.
Not all of us can use financial aid money on random things, Michael.
Dude, I'm the brokest I've ever been right now. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. I got 2 rents to pay this month since I'm moving.
Oh, that's true.
Sucks. And speaking of things that suck, Batman is back for Telltale Games.
Hey.
Get a new engine.
Yeah, that's true. Not a fan of
that. Let's update our engine. You got enough money, Telltale. Listen to me here, Telltale. This is a message for you. Someone cut this out and send it to them. Telltale, you made a lot of money. You've made a lot of great games. Let's update the engine now. All right, let's throw a little of that Batman Warner Brothers money toward revamping your engine and making something that doesn't break. But Batman is back for Telltale's game for Telltale's.
Dude, you are struggling saying Telltale.
No. This is first of all, I'm stuttering a lot.
Say Telltale. Say Telltale.
Telltale.
Telltale? Yeah, you're saying Telltale.
I feel like I'm summoning something right now. Telltale.
Beetlejuice.
No, this is GameSpot's fault. All our news comes from GameSpot because they make it easier to get all the news in one place. Sorry, IGN. Batman is back for Telltale Games' new adventure. The developer announced a new 5-part episodic adventure game called Batman: The Enemy Within. The Telltale series for PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and mobile devices. Your decisions from the first game carry over to the second game and will optionally carry over into Enemy Within 2017's Tale. This is the disaster. I need to proofread these things.
Yeah, a little bit.
This made sense when I copy and pasted it.
No, well, they announced the same day that The Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out.
So got it.
Yeah.
So, Wolf Among Us 2 was also announced with also a new Walking Dead season. The last season that will conclude the story of Clementine.
I was gonna say, it's the last one for Walking Dead, second one for Batman. I didn't get past episode 1
of Batman. Really?
Yeah.
I remember you bought the whole thing.
No, I just bought the first one. I was gonna buy the whole thing, but I decided not to because never played a Telltale game before. Probably not gonna play another one. It just wasn't. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. I liked the story they were telling, but I like to do things in video games. I guess. I don't know.
I enjoy to sit back and have a nice little tale woven for me from time to time, Kyle Bunyea. But
I'll just watch a movie.
Games are so broken. No, I like to interact. I do. I really do like these kind of games sometimes. But I can't do Telltale. Just
can't say Telltale either.
Telltale.
You're saying Telltale.
Telltale. Telltale.
Stop trying. Oh my gosh.
man.
We all have
So,
gaps in our knowledge. This is yours.
people really wanted Wolf Among Us. So I'm glad people who wanted Wolf Among Us 2 gets Wolf Among Us 2. And I'm glad they're finally wrapping up the story of Clementine. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm sick of hearing about this chick.
Awesome. We're full of unique insight tonight. Don't care. Definitely don't care. Can't say their name right. Don't care.
Someone will go, Kyle. Someone will. And we've covered it for them, giving us their opinions. They might think, hey, what's Mikey think of Clementine?
He doesn't know.
Well, I don't care. I think that's the.
That's what I'm saying. Half of this news, if someone's really curious about it, they're gonna get the gist that we didn't care.
I've played season 1 of Telltale. All right, sir. It was a mediocre experience, and I played it on the PS Vita where it was broken.
Anyway.
Speaking of broken, Mass Effect and Dragon Age Studio BioWare has announced Aaron Flynn, general manager, in the Edmonton. How do you?
Edmonton. Good Lord! And you're applying for a job at IGN.
It's not known to the public, Kyle.
Well, it's known now.
Under wraps. I have to bleep that out. I'm a video guy now. I'm all insecure, sir. We'll be leaving the studio. Casey Hutton's. Man, now you got me all tripped up.
You want me to do it?
No.
Okay.
Casey Hudson, who initially left BioWare in August 2014, will return to take the position as his replacement. In a post on the BioWare blog, Flynn confirmed he will be working with Hudson over the next couple of weeks to help catch up and do my part and set him up for success to be the best GM he can be. Before leaving the studio at the end of July, the last few years have been transformed. Man, I can't read. This doesn't make sense either. Before leaving at the end of July, and then it goes into a quote. Oh, maybe it's how I did it. Never mind. That's my fault.
Blaming everybody else for your problems.
He goes on to say, the last few years have been transformative for me, from having time to reflect on what I want to do most, to working with the new technologies at platform scale, Hudson said in a separate blog post. And now I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to return to lead BioWare, a studio that I think of as home. Flynn has been involved in all of BioWare's major games, including Neverwinter Nights, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Old Republic and Jade Empire. While Hudson also worked on these games, he is known widely for serving as director of the first Mass Effect games.
Yay! Oh my gosh! Just when I thought Mass Effect was dying, and I thought it's never going to happen again, they brought back. Really, you don't really give too much credit to directors, the director role in video games, but with a game that's so dependent on character development and relationships as Mass Effect is, that he had a heavy hand in all of that, in every aspect of that. So it's really exciting to see that, because I can't wait to have his influence on Anthem. I can't wait for them to eventually revisit Mass Effect, because I don't see Casey Hudson not wanting to bring that back. That was his baby, and it hurt him really bad when Mass Effect 3's ending was received so poorly. That was kind of the reason he left. He needed to take a step back because of all the hate and all the vitriol he was getting. So it's awesome to see him coming back to a studio that he made so great, and he had such huge contributions to, and jumping back in right when one of their biggest franchises is in need of a life vest, is in need of something to save it. Super eloquent on my part there, but no, it's exciting. It's exciting to see what they're going to be doing, and to see where they go from here beyond Anthem.
Yeah. Well, so Casey Hudson helped develop the idea of Anthem. Like when he left, Anthem was in the embryonic stage of
Right.
being made. Weird. This is weird news, just for the fact that this is happening right at the time that Flynn's leaving, Aaron Flynn. So is there bad blood? Was it like Casey Hudson was like, did they ask him to come back because of how bad Bioshock, or not Bioshock, Mass Effect Andromeda did?
Maybe
he just decided to come back, and then maybe that they were like, we'll give you the head position. I don't know what happened here. It seems like good. It seems like there's no bad blood, but sometimes there seems like there's no bad blood, as we know, and there clearly is.
I was going to do a cough joke, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, please.
No, I don't think that's what we're looking at here at all. I think we're just seeing probably another guy who's burnt out from the criticism and needing to take a step back in Aaron Flynn. And Casey Hudson probably did get asked by BioWare when they found out Aaron was wanting to leave. They probably did ask him to come back because those two guys really built that studio.
They're both great, phenomenal men too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've done a lot together, so it's weird that like this kind of passing the torch. Again, maybe we're reading too much into this. Maybe there really is no bad blood, which I'd kind of be surprised because it just seems weird. And also, luckily they had. It seems too convenient, I guess is what I'm saying, that they had Casey Hudson lined up right when Flynn's ready to leave.
Yeah.
Like if they would have made this announcement without Casey Hudson, I feel like it would have been a disaster. Everyone would have gone on Twitter and been like, oh God, Anthem's doomed and blah, blah, blah.
Well, and I think that's why it is convenient. They probably got wind, or maybe Aaron Flynn is getting fired and not choosing to leave.
That's another thing. Is he pushed out? That's another thing.
Right. It's you need to do something like this. If you're the head of a studio and you're making a change like this, you need to have someone to take over the torch. It's like Zack Snyder stepping down for Justice League. If he would have stepped down and Warner Brothers didn't have anybody ready to go, could you imagine the articles that would be written? You were alluding to it just with this, oh, BioWare's a mess, Anthem's falling apart. All these things would be written if they didn't have this transition plan in place. So like Warner Brothers had Joss Whedon ready to go when Zack Snyder stepped down, I think BioWare was just planning ahead and saying, no, we need to reach out to Aaron, who knows our products, who knows Anthem, who helped conceive this thing. And sorry, Mike just fell and it threw me off. No, I think they wanted to bring in someone who knows how the studio operates, who has a passion for the games that they're working on, so that the transition could be smooth. And I guarantee you they probably threw him a little bit of extra money to come back.
Oh, yeah, for surely. You got that EA money. So,
that speaking, mad money, son.
I forgot what I was going to intro. I was about to say, speaking of money, but that's not really a good segue because speaking of no money, I guess, new details have just been released for the Sega Genesis Flashback and Atari Flashback 8 Gold consoles. Pre-orders for both will start at the end of the month on July 28th. Both consoles will be available for pre-order at major retailers. There's no word on exactly what they'll be shipping, which is weird. But creator At Games says it will be sometime in fall 2017, as well as for how much they'll cost. The company says more details coming later in July. Basically, they're trying to capitalize off what Nintendo's done with their classic consoles and doing something they've been doing forever.
Yeah.
And just re-announcing it as something new.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've seen these Sega compilations in Toys R Us for years. Nobody cares about you.
Literally forever.
Yeah, Sega, no one cares about you.
And Atari.
Yeah, what the heck, dude?
Speaking of Atari,
where did they get all this money and chutzpah from? Chutzpah? I don't know. Any
Yeah.
Jewish old women want to tell me the correct pronunciation of that, I'd be much appreciated.
Well, speaking of Atari, Atari has revealed new details and images of its first console ever in the last 20 years. The Atari box, real original, the company has said it wants to bring both current and classic gaming content to the new device.
Hoopong! Hallelujah!
Which will contain modern internal specs. Atari said in a newsletter to fans that its objective is to create a new product that stays true to our heritage while appealing to both old and new fans of Atari. There are no new fans of Atari.
I was going to say, are there old fans of Atari? I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
No, I'm pretty sure the ones that are alive are like this Nintendo's like they came out with something better. That's like saying like horses are better than cars. There's no one out there going
no one's pulling for the horse and buggy to make a comeback, except if you're living in like middle Pennsylvania and you have a neck beard.
No, not even that. Except for if you're dumb. If you're a dumb person, you're pulling for that.
Don't alienate our Amish audience.
Yeah, because they're really watching children gaming.
You never know what Jedediah is doing in the back of the barn, all right? Maybe he's got a Wi-Fi hotspot that his dad, Tobias, doesn't know about.
Oh, getting sneaky with the Wi-Fi hotspot.
I'd be shocked if they were watching us with it, but
yeah. Choose us two idiots to listen to. As such, it intends to launch 2 editions of the console, a red and black version and a wood version. The company stated that both variants will possess a smooth design with ribs that flow seamlessly for her. No, that's not what it says. All around the body.
What kind of product are you describing, sir? Because I'm pretty sure you just described a male contraceptive.
Yeah, a front panel that can either be wood or glass. A front-facing logo, indicator lights that glow through the material, blah, blah, blah. The array of new ports is HDMI, 4 USBs, and an SD card. As you can guess, those ports suggest modern internal specs. The publisher added, it also means that while we will be delivering classic gaming content, which he keeps saying, which doesn't mean anything, we'll also be delivering current gaming content. Again, he says it twice. What does that mean, sir? What does current gaming content mean?
Maybe third-party titles. I don't know of any third-party developer that would dive in and say, yes, we believe in Atari.
Oh my goodness.
We believe in Atari.
It's almost like someone said, man, it doesn't get more tone deaf than Nintendo, and Atari just came up and said, hold my beer. Like, that's like the vibe that I get from this thing is they're like, oh yeah, Nintendo, you think you're tone deaf? Let's see how tone deaf we could be.
Seriously, that's like in 2020, the Democrats marching Al Gore out there. Like, he might have been popular 20 years ago. Nobody freaking cares now. Move on. Atari, you died. Nobody cared. The last thing I remember that I played that had any kind of reference to Atari was the Matrix game on PlayStation 2. And that was bad.
Everything's bad.
So what are you doing? Where did they get the money from?
I don't know. I think, okay, so maybe that was their long game, dude. Maybe the whole Atari Classic consoles and those CVSs in the back shelf, that they were just saving the money. Every penny went toward this thing.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Playing the long game.
What world do we live in?
It.
Okay, nostalgia only goes so far. It needs to stop. It needs to stop at some point. This is not okay. We don't care about Bubsy. We don't care about Atari. Like, what the heck, man?
No one alive, like you said, no one alive is going, man, I really wish Atari would make a comeback. You know what this modern gaming landscape is missing? E.T. Like, no one, there's just nobody.
Oh, man, this is going to be a hot pile of garbage, and it's going to be fun to watch.
The fact that they can't even give us any details on what kind of okay, first of all, how backwards is this? They're releasing a classic Atari console with classic Atari games, and then releasing an actual Atari console with the selling point that it plays Atari games.
Yeah, classic Atari games.
At least Nintendo was like, you can't play classic games on our system, so here are 2 other systems you can buy.
Hey, shut up. We're getting to that.
No, but I'm saying like that's like, at least they had the courtesy to be like, you can only get it in one place instead of like, here's this, and then here's another thing that does other things.
Yeah, I don't.
What classic? And that's another thing. The modern, you've touched on it. The modern classic or the current gaming content. I don't even know how he worded it. Current gaming content. Sorry.
There you go.
What's that mean? Does that just mean that we're gonna get these up? First of all, who's developing? Do they have internal studios?
You're getting Pong Extreme, sir.
In 4K?
With up-to-date graphics and 16-bit explosions when you score a goal.
It's like Rezo again. Just pixels everywhere.
Yeah. That would actually
be pretty cool.
I don't think they're going to do anything like that.
God, we're on the same page with that, though. That sounds rad. Somebody make that.
Well, they can't because Atari's coming back, man. They own Pong. Good luck.
Interesting. This is going to be their launch title.
Oh, God. I don't understand. Like, the only successful companies to jump into the gaming landscape once Nintendo established itself were billion-dollar corporations. Sony and Microsoft.
Apple couldn't even do it.
Right. Apple couldn't do it. What in the world gives Atari the courage to say, you know what? We're going to win. It's like, God, it's like someone inviting the Seattle Mariners to the playoffs. They haven't been there for 20 years. It's just awkward when they show up.
It's so good. Because I just imagine. Because you got to think of this, KB. Like you said, where'd they get their money from? Well, I'll tell you where. They got 2 things. Like I said, they played the long game and they saved their pennies from every classic Atari system they've ever sold. Or they got someone dumb enough who's a billionaire to invest, to give them liquid capital to make this console.
Mark Cuban.
What idiot did they fool?
Mark Cuban.
And on top of this is just the Ouya. This is just an Atari branded Ouya. This is what this sounds like with the SD port.
Yeah. This is gonna be a fun thing to watch blow up.
I'm gonna get it though, because these are gonna be collector.
People like you ruin the world.
But no, I'm getting it because it's gonna be a collector edition. Like I will be able to turn. Okay, I won't be able to sell that. Never mind. You're right.
No. Original Atari is a collector edition or a collector's item because it was cool. Like people actually played it and owned it. Nobody's gonna freaking buy this thing.
But it's like the Game Boy Micro. There's going to be so few of them, and it's going to fail. And then if you have one, you're going to be able to, like, 50 years down the road, you're going to be like, I have this. This is a thing that happened. Plus, I could put it in my background because I'm obviously not going to play it.
Well, at least you're honest. I can respect that.
But another thing we touched on, the portable mini. Oh, I guess that's not time yet.
Just read it. You started it. Just read it.
Well, I just wanted to keep all the Nintendo news together. Well, speaking of portable micro consoles, Nintendo's next micro console, the SNES Classic, is set to launch this fall, but may not be the end of the company's retro plug-and-play line. A new trademark filing suggests that a miniature Nintendo 64 could also be on the way. The filing that is in question is for a controller that appears identical to that of Nintendo 64. Nintendo recently applied for a trademark for the distinctive 3-pronged gamepad with the European Union Intellectual Property Office. The application is listed under Goods and Services, which suggests the trademark pertains to a physical product. You can see the image from the filing below. Nintendo filed similar trademarks for NES and SNES controllers prior to the announcement of the respective microconsoles, which suggests that the company may also plan to release an N64 classic console at some point in the future. Some analysts have predicted that plug-and-play vision version of the N64 could follow the SNES Classic. So this trademark application lends some weight toward those theories.
Yeah, can Nintendo just like let everybody know Virtual Console is not coming to Switch?
That's the vibe I'm getting.
I don't know how they could be more blunt about it without even saying it. The people that are still holding their breath for Virtual Console are going to die of suffocation. Like, it's not coming. And I think this is evident now.
Think about this, Kyle. Think about this. This is actually genius. They release all the way up to the GameCube, I guess. Right? That makes sense. They release it all the way up to the GameCube. So they have 2 more, right?
Right.
Okay. They release them, they get these all out in the wild, and they sell a ton of copies. Mm-hmm. And then they release the Virtual Console on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, it makes sense. They just sold a crap ton of mini consoles, overpriced mini consoles. I think for people like us thinking, oh, we're not going to be able to get them on the Switch. And then they go, oh, look, here on the Nintendo Switch, you can play all these classic games.
I don't see that happening. What I see being a greater possibility is them just saying, we don't have the infrastructure to support a store that has, and they don't have the,
such a Nintendo
we'll talk
thing.
About it later, but they don't have the infrastructure to support voice chat. So I don't think they have the infrastructure to support NES games, SNES games, Nintendo 64 games, GameCube games, and Wii games all on the Virtual Console for the Switch. So I think maybe if we do get it at all, it's going to be GameCube and newer games. I don't think it's going to be anything before GameCube.
That'd be interesting. I could see that happening too. But I mean, they're already ported. So like I could see them, they've already upscaled these games. They've already like revamped them for a modern console. All they have to do is take those games and put them onto the, like they're already upscaled. You just drag and drop. I assume that's how it looks.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a bigger pain to configure the controls for the Joy-Cons than they thought going into it. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why the Virtual Console isn't out yet. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that I can think of.
Nintendo do make sense?
Sometimes. But I see this as a sign that we're not getting Nintendo 64 games on there, but I'm excited about it. I think it's got something. I'm going to buy it. It's going to be the first one of the classic systems that I buy. But
now, okay, they do this. They put this out. What's next? You just don't think that they're going to announce Virtual Console past GameCube?
That's what I hope. I just don't see them saying, all right, GameCube Classic, Wii Classic. The Wii's not old enough. Come on. Like, the Wii's not old enough, and it didn't have enough games to, to support a classic launch. But I don't know. I'd like to see them stop at Nintendo 64 and just say, okay, now everything else you want is going to be on the Switch's Virtual Console for, $10, $15 a piece. That's what I'd like to see happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. They've surprised me so far with the Switch in good and bad ways.
Godspeed. I mean, this mini console trend, I don't know if I like, but I do want to see PlayStation do it.
It's working, though. I mean, when I talk to coworkers and they see the news break and they're like, oh, I'm totally buying this for my husband or I'm buying this for myself. It's resonating with people that haven't played video games in 20 years. And like I talked about in our last podcast, this could just be a really clever marketing strategy on Nintendo's part to get people back into their systems, to get people back into their product, playing Super Mario World and then Mario 64. And then they find out, oh, there's a new Mario game on, what is it? The Switch?
Terrible.
Okay, I'll check that out. Like, it could just be a really clever marketing strategy on their part. We talked about nostalgia and capitalizing on it in the right way, Atari. And I think Nintendo is doing that. I think they're.
I can't believe that's still a thing. I'm sorry.
I think that Nintendo is capitalizing on the nostalgia in a correct way. Did you just fart? What was that?
No,
face?
I just smelled someone smoking weed.
Oh.
Bay Area. At Disney's okay, well, actually, I don't want to jump to that yet. I do want to see, like I said, I want to see PlayStation get a crack at it. But actually, more than that, I just want to see them put out PlayStation Classics on the PS4. Is that so hard? Why do these companies make everything so complicated?
Because they leave you wanting more. That's how they get you to come back.
Xbox seems to have it down.
No, they don't.
What are you talking about? They have you could play play a bunch of classic Xbox games and 360 games.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
They understand. They got it. I mean, it took them to lose. It took them losing to be able to get it, but they got it. It's frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, Disney's D23. I'm just gonna say it doesn't make no sense. I'm just gonna keep whatever I end with. I'm just gonna keep flowing into the next thing.
I like it. Totally useless segue.
At Disney's D23 Expo, the company showed off a little bit more of Kingdom Hearts 3. The result of its collaboration with developer Square Enix, and finally confirmed a release time frame, not release date. While we don't know what month Kingdom Hearts 3 will release, it will release sometime in 2018, revealing a new world to explore in the game that is based in the Toy Story franchise. You can check. Oh wait, no. So it's including a short scene. They showed off a short scene between Sora, Woody, Buzz, and a few other Toy Story mainstays. The combat isn't limited to just the main house from the movie either. The game also takes place outdoors, outside the house, and yeah, that's what I got from that. So, Kyle, you are the resident Disney fan. What do you think about Kingdom Hearts 3? Have you played a Kingdom Hearts? Are you going to play this Kingdom Hearts?
I played Kingdom Hearts 1. When they came out, I was broke junior high kid. So 1, my taste in games was terrible. 2, I didn't have money to
just want to play that God of War sex mini game.
No, I didn't even own that. I owned, like I said, I owned The Matrix.
Oh God.
Wow, God, I don't even remember what the game was called. It was bad. I owned Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. I owned Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I had bad taste in video games. My PlayStation 2 lineup was atrocious.
I feel me too.
But I enjoyed Kingdom Hearts from what I played. From what this looks like, it looks like it's offering something a little bit different in terms of what you do in these worlds. In the Toy Story world, the story seems to have nothing to do with a Toy Story movie plot that has, we've already come to know and love. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, anytime you went to one of those worlds, it was the movie plot just kind of rehashed and you were kind of playing through that. So it's kind of cool to see, like, all right, are they going to tell their own unique stories inside these worlds? Are we going to get a little bit of an open world roaming aspect to each of these worlds? Because that would be really freaking cool. Seeing, just seeing the world of Toy Story or the world of whatever movies they're planning on doing. I mean, you have, 80 years of movies to go back on now and explore those worlds and do really cool art styles. I don't know. It just seems like more Kingdom Hearts, which for Kingdom Hearts fans is awesome. For everybody else, I don't see much of a reason to really jump into it, but we'll see. I could be totally wrong. What I think would be cool, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Just had an idea. What would be cool, and I wish they would have done this from the beginning, but maybe they just didn't have the technology to do it. Maybe they'll do it now. Is if when you went to each of these worlds, the game changed to that world's art style. Does that make sense?
Aren't they doing that?
I don't know if they're doing that with this one. They didn't do it with the last ones.
Yeah, in Toy Story though, they were like toys.
Right. I mean, like if they went to the Lion King, like,
it was like
hand drawn, hand painted
that'd be
characters.
Really cool.
That would look really cool.
That'd look really cool. I don't know how that would work as a game mechanic though.
Yeah, it would be hard to figure out, but it would be cool to see all those different art styles integrated in a video game. But
Sorry, my bad. Tired. D23 has sold me on Kingdom Hearts franchise. Now, I always heard this nerd, Chris Barrett, always talking about chopping it up about how, oh, Kingdom Hearts is so amazing. You should play Kingdom Hearts, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Muscle Milk. Is what I used to say, I guess. I don't know why I said it so aggressively right there, but it sold me. I'm actually going to go jump back and listen to what this Chris Barrett fella has actually been saying about Kingdom Hearts because they re-released it for the PS4, the collection, 1.5 and 2.5, which I'm not really sure what that means.
It's
I'm
like
not sure
Final Fantasy numbers. None of it makes sense.
I don't know what it means, but I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to at least get that and jump in there and see if I'm into it, because I want to play Kingdom Hearts 3 bad, because that looked really awesome what they showed, and I'm about it. I'm about that sweet, nasty Kingdom Hearts, Kyle Bunyea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Next story.
Speaking of D23, we got an exclusive in-depth look at the plot of Spider-Man and learned more about its open-world gameplay. The PS4 exclusive action game from the developer Insomniac Games was shown off at Disney's D23 Expo, and the studio released behind-the-scenes video about Spider-Man, and it will feature a new universe and a new story. According to the developers, the video says the game will show how Spider-Man and Peter Parker's worlds collide. Spider-Man is older in this game. He's 23 years old. And an athlete in his prime, who's more comfortable with his powers than ever before. The developers also said the game is inspired by the Ultimate Spider-Man comic series. The open world setting will let players fully interact with environments around them using objects to battle your enemies. Gameplay has improved since the game was revealed at E3, according to Insomniac Games. Web slinging has been improved to make it easier to gain swing, whatever that means. Combat has also evolved. Why are you snoozing?
I don't care if I don't have a release date. Stop talking about your game.
No, it's so good. It's early 2018, KB.
Stop talking about it.
Please be excited for E3.
I'm excited about it. Just stop talking about your game that's not anywhere close to coming out.
Okay, it's close. Do you realize that we are almost in August, sir?
I do realize that. I'm just saying I don't want to know anymore. You sold me at E3. Stop selling, because you're going to oversell me.
What do you think of the Ultimate Spider-Man inspiration?
Don't know anything about Spider-Man.
Okay, awesome.
My Spider-Man knowledge is the 1990s TV series and every subsequent movie that's come out since.
Well, I'm excited, jerk. All right.
It looks good. I'm excited too, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to know too much. I don't want to know too much before it comes out. Just give me a release date. That'll excite me. That'll
tell you anything. They didn't say anything. They just said that it's going to be that he's going to be 23 years old and in his prime.
We have PSX coming. They're going to be talking about this for a year. Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
I bet you it comes out in February.
Okay. Then tell me that, and I'll be excited. Anyway.
Well, on to Nintendo news now. We're winding in to our conversation of the week. Nintendo has announced that the production of the new 3DS has ended in Japan and Europe. An update on the official Nintendo Japan website indicates the white, black, and limited edition models of the base new 3DS are no longer being manufactured. The 2DS, new 2DS XL, and new 3D, good God, 3DS XL pages do not display the same message. It's unclear what this means for the Western lineup, 3DS lineup, which we know the UK or Europe is also discontinued. So the US is the only one who's not. The Nintendo US store currently has no standard new 3DS systems listed, while the UK store only shows remaining stock of limited edition bundles. Nintendo's finally killing it off.
Yeah, it was going to happen.
I'm glad.
It just takes time.
I'm sick of hearing about this thing. I'm excited, sick of hearing about. Listen to that. Listen to how ridiculous. First of all, Nintendo needs to learn how to name something. Second of all, look at how ridiculous this is. the 2DS, new 2DS XL, new 3DS XL, and 3DS, and new 3DS. What?
Yeah, it's confusing, and I'm glad they're slowly phasing this out. It's time for it to go bye-bye.
Why just like at least Game Boys was like different, like SP or Color, Micro. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't like their naming conventions. It's annoying.
Oh, you like Microsoft's better?
No, they're stupid.
Xbox,
They don't know how to
Xbox
count.
360, Xbox One.
They
Xbox
count like
One
I do.
S, Xbox One X.
I want my game publishers to be smarter than I am. Be able to count up to 3.
You are asking too much, sir.
I know.
Too much.
It's me and all my... never mind. The Nintendo Switch app. Okay, now going into conversation of the week, Kyle. We're talking all about Nintendo. I'm probably going to be talking bad about Nintendo. The Nintendo Switch online app is now available on iOS and Android, and it follows and it allows for social connectivity for multiplayer games like Splatoon 2. It gives players voice chat and friends list functionality, for instance, by connecting with their Switch accounts. However, it appears that the functionality has some requirements that are a bit unwieldy. Voice chat, for instance, requires your phone to be unlocked while running the app. This means that you can't start chatting and then lock your phone and throw it in your pocket. Sorry. It's just so bad. As is possible with phone calls and other voice chat services. Instead, you'll have to leave your screen on the whole time, which uses a lot more battery. You also can't switch out of the app to text or check something on the internet, or the chat will be cut off. Since voice chat is only available through the app, Splatoon 2, for instance, has no built-in chat. This has irked some players in addition, since you have to plug in your headset into your phone to get voice chat. You won't be able to plug in the headset into the console to get the game audio. This problem has resulted in a bizarre peripheral that will let you do both. Do I have to keep going?
No. Well, hold on. I want to throw some logs on the fire here right now. So apparently, the eShop crashed tonight at 9:00 Pacific time, which just happens to be midnight East Coast time when Splatoon launched. So the eShop crashed tonight. So that's awesome. Anyway,
they're so bad. They're so tone deaf.
Their chat app is so stupid. Because I know he's going to try to defend it in the comments. I'm going straight to Chris Barrett's Twitter page, where he tweeted on July 19th, checking out this little hashtag Nintendo app. Probably would help if I bought hashtag Splatoon already. LOL. Didn't come out until the 21st, so it wouldn't have helped if you bought Splatoon, because it would have been a pre-order. You're stupid idiot. And then like less than 10 minutes later, he put ... and now I'm done. So there's nothing to check out on the app when you download it. I downloaded it thinking, oh, okay, I'll be able to navigate some stuff. Nothing to do on the 19th. And then you slowly started finding out these things about it. It's just like one thing after another. It just felt like consecutive punches to the nuts, because I'm like, I'm just not going to talk to anybody. I don't need to talk to anybody. I'll just talk on my phone, because you know what I can do when I talk on my phone? I can put my headphones in and I can lock the screen, and I can still talk to them.
It's
so dumb.
Bad. It's so bad. I don't understand Nintendo. I don't understand how they keep fumbling the ball. It's almost like they're running. There's no one behind them. They're on the field alone, and they just have to get it into the end zone for to score. And they just fumble it, and they pick it up, and they fumble it, and they pick it up, and they fumble it, and they get 10 yards. And they run 10 yards consistently, and then they fumble it, and they run back 5 yards.
Yeah. Nintendo is is reminding me of something else that I love, and that's the Chargers. Last year, they found a new way to lose, it felt like, every week. And I feel like Nintendo is finding a new way to screw up every 6 months. Look, the Switch is great, and it's getting support, and I'm loving it. And the fact that the eShop crashed tonight just shows how much love Splatoon is getting and how excited people were for it. It's just their servers weren't ready for how many people wanted to download it.
Apparently their servers are run by 3 people in Africa in a jungle.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But this chat app is inexcusable. It's a freaking disaster. You cannot. I don't care how much you love Nintendo. I don't care how much you back them and how passionately you love them. You can't support this app. Nobody should use this app.
It's garbage.
Everybody that owns a Switch, boycott this app. Just give your friends your phone number and call each other.
Discord. There's apps that do it better.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the technology is out there to talk with a locked phone screen, and we're not using that.
It's like, if they would have just released this thing and had it been awesome, like, okay, whatever. Like, excuse. It's like you say the Chargers. It reminds me a lot of Donald Trump. It's like every time there's like silence, he's like, "Oh, it's too quiet. Let me do something stupid."
Send out this tweet.
Yeah, it's like when the waters are calm, you just want to jump back into the bathtub. I don't understand. I just don't get it. It's like Nintendo. It's like right when you're about to sell me on the thing where I'm like, "Oh, maybe I'm being too dumb. Maybe I'm just." This whole speaking with my Walt thing's dumb. I'm just being dumb, and like Nintendo is just gonna be Nintendo forever, and I need to accept that. Right when I'm about to like break, and just right when I'm about to be like, okay, Nintendo, like I'm about to embrace you, they do something stupid like this where I'm like, I just can't support stupidity. I just can't.
Yeah,
it's too much at this point.
Well, and the thing that kills me too, the most popular smartphone in the world right now is what? Mike.
What?
What is the most popular smartphone in the world right now?
iPhone, son. America.
iPhone.
USA.
See that jack at the bottom?
I forgot about that.
I can only have either my headphones plugged in or my charger plugged in. I cannot have both plugged in. Another reason to not use this app.
They're so bad. They're so bad. I can't get over it. Like, that's all I have to say about. Like I said, the only person more tone deaf than Nintendo is Atari. It's unfathomable the thought that they put into the steps that they do. It's almost like they're like, we can never release something good. We just always have to release something flat and then build up from there and fix it.
Something has to be broken at release, and then we can make it better and talk about how awesome we are innovating and changing and adapting. But why can't you just release something and not get yelled at by people?
It's like Xbox. They're like, hey, look at this Xbox One. TV, sports, TV, sports. And everyone said, shove it up your butt. We don't want it. And they're like, oh, crap. Maybe people don't want this. Maybe we should put out a good product. And they delivered a good product.
Yeah.
What is so hard about being, maybe even just sending out a tweet? Nintendo of America just should have sent out a tweet and be like, hey, does this seem like a good idea? And when everyone said, no, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. We live in 2017. We should be able to lock our phones while we talk and be able to surf the net and check text messages while we talk. They said, no, we'll just release it. We'll just push this out here.
Here's the thing. I can only talk with other people playing Splatoon on this app. So if Chris is playing Mario Kart online and I'm playing Splatoon, we can't talk because the only way to invite a friend to chat is by going into Go to the lobby or Grizco in Splatoon from your Nintendo Switch console, then select Online Lounge. So you can't even invite people on the app.
It's so bad. Kyle, can it just end? Can this just all end?
It's bad. So then you have to create a chat room, and then you can invite friends using your smart device. So you can't invite them on here. I spoke out of turn, but you can't invite them on here until you create a chat lounge on the Switch inside of Splatoon only.
It just reminds me of so many things. It's like Sony via 2006. It's like Donald Trump. It's like the Chargers. It's just like, it's terrible.
It's like Hillary Clinton using social media.
It's terrible.
She's trying.
It's tone deaf.
God help her. But she's failing.
It's so bad, Kyle.
And that's what I feel with Nintendo and any kind of internet connectivity.
So
they're trying. Good job. Here's a participation award. You tried.
So since this is a conversation of the show, this is gonna be the last question I ask, and then we could start wrapping it up. Will Nintendo ever learn? Will we ever, like we just said, have Nintendo put out something and it will actually be pretty good instead of this one thing's pretty good, but everything else around it is just on fire?
Yeah, I don't think so.
How long can they last? How can they keep this up? Why do people like you just buy things just to buy things? I don't understand.
Okay, I didn't buy my Nintendo console to be my main console, number one. And number two, I didn't buy it to talk with people. I don't need more friends.
I know, but you're supporting bad behavior. That's what I'm saying. Just bad decision making. You're saying, oh, it's okay. You don't need to know. You don't need to do this. It's okay.
Now, the Switch was what I wanted it to be. Do I care about this app? No. Am I going to play Splatoon with anybody? No. Because none of my friends buy video games because they're not allowed to on their Switches.
That was the most subtle hit at Chris Merritt that I've ever heard.
But Chris, if you're watching,
Married.
Buy Splatoon. It's fun. But no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I keep supporting them, but I do.
And I get it. I get if that was their thing. If they were just like, look, we're your secondary console, and they just kind of own it, whatever. I get that. But maybe this bad decision doesn't affect you too much. Maybe the next bad decision will.
Yeah.
And by not saying this bad decision's a bad decision and you need to stop this, the next one might affect you.
Like I said,
they'll feel like there's no recombustions.
I'm going to use my voice in not using the app. I'm not going to use the app. I refuse. It's poorly planned out. It's garbage. I guess me going back to Nintendo is like the person that keeps going back to their ex, and it's just like, you know, they're not good for you.
Oh God, here we
but
go.
They're giving you just a little bit of what you need or what you want, but it's nowhere near making you complete.
Yeah.
But they just tease you. They keep you on the hook, and they're like, maybe we'll give you everything, but no.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
And then you're just in this cycle.
It's broken.
And everyone's saying this is bad. And then
everyone's saying this relationship's no good for you. Get out. You keep diving back in. You keep swimming around in that green and pink ink.
The patented green and pink ink. Well, Kyle, we have two more segments left.
We've only been going for like an hour and a half. That's no big deal.
Actually, less, because we did a rolling podcast.
Okay.
So we're almost at an hour and a half now. It's not too long.
I'm old. My son is sleeping, and I should be sleeping because he doesn't sleep at night.
These next things will go fast, KB. All right.
I'm not in a rush. Don't worry.
So the next thing is pick of the week, and I chose the pick of the week this week, and it's the Stormy Descent DLC for Crash Bandicoot. Go out and get it right now. It's free. It's free for the first month. It's fun. It's challenging. If you like a challenge, if you're done with the Insane Trilogy, maybe you've platinumed them all, Go get the Steel Sea. It's free right now. It's going to be $3. It's a challenge. It's fun. It's fun to torture yourself. That's why we all keep buying Nintendo things, right, KB?
Yes, but what's the pick of the week?
Pick of the week is when you or me will pick the one thing that has been released that week that is a must buy or must play that we pick, or maybe we haven't even played it, but we think it's the best of the week.
Okay, good to know.
Sorry, I forgot to brief you on that one.
You're good. I thought it'd be funny.
I had one picked.
Nice.
And our last segment of this, also, honestly, I like this. I like that producing this podcast has made this a better podcast. So let us know down below if you like it being more produced and less off the walls. And just like, I actually took time today, went through the news stories, picked out the best parts, and put it on a Google Doc, printed it out, and here we are. So
look at him trying to be professional. It's so cute.
I know. It's got me somewhere being unprofessional. I thought I'd see how far it'd get me being professional. Well,
never helped anybody, not even once.
Questions of the week. This one I should have asked. I forgot that I should have asked this when we were talking about it. Alexander Davayo. I'm so sorry, Alex. Alex is like our biggest fans. I don't know if you'd like to be called Alex, so I'm going to call you Alexander. Alexander is like our biggest fan. We've talked about him in the beginning of the podcast. Asks, what game should be on the N64 Mini if it comes out? KB.
He's a fellow dad.
Yes, but KB.
Feels my pain. But that's what I'm talking about. I want games that I can share with my family. Games that I can play with my wife. Games that I can play with my son. Games that I can play with my nephew. So I think what we could do, you kind of know where I'm going. Let's ping pong back and forth. I say one, you say one, and we each give like 6.
Okay, but my picks are not for a family. It's games that I could play strip versions of.
Ew.
Just kidding.
Nobody wants that. Just because your sister and brother-in-law play strip Tetris doesn't mean you get to.
Play strip Mario Kart.
That's how you got a niece and a nephew on the way.
Disgusting. Not the kid. The act.
The L-shaped piece goes here.
Okay, all right, go. KB, first one.
Mario 64. I think it's got to be on there. It's got to be.
Yeah, of course. Classic. Mario Kart.
I hope not.
Why?
You can't throw Mario Kart 64 up next to Mario Kart 8 and expect people to be like, oh yeah, Mario Kart 64 is awesome.
Well, they're doing it with the SNES.
Super Mario Kart's better than Mario Kart 64.
Is that the best Mario Kart, you think? Other than... Okay, from N64 down, is that the best Mario Kart?
Well, seeing as how...
Oh, I guess there's only
N64 Mario Kart
right.
and Super Mario Kart.
So Super Mario Kart was better than N64. I forgot
I think so.
NES didn't have one.
I think Super Mario Kart's better.
It's not as good as Crash Team Racing, though.
Probably not. Never played it.
I have to do a video on that.
That double dash, though.
You're one of these kids.
The hotness.
One of the dumb kids.
It's the hotness.
One of them dumb kids.
That Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong pairing.
All right, go. Next one.
God, it'll never happen, but I want it back on a
Perfect
Nintendo
Dark.
console. No, I want Banjo-Kazooie on it. I know I have Rare Replay. I want a new generation to experience Banjo-Kazooie and have it like more fiscally achievable for a lot of families. But it's
Pie
not
in the
gonna
sky
happen.
one.
It is, because Rare is owned by Microsoft. They're not friends with Nintendo anymore.
I think the obvious answer here is 007 if they can get the license for that one.
So GoldenEye, yeah. Okay, so I want to be clear. His question was 10 games we think are coming on it, or 10 games we want on it.
Not 10 games. I don't know where you got the 10 games from.
Or whatever games.
What games should be on the N64 mini?
Okay, what games should? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that Banjo-Kazooie one and that GoldenEye one. They should be on there.
Well, I think GoldenEye is pretty much a given. I think they can get that license. That's not gonna be hard.
Well, I think they're gonna do a scaled down version of the one that came out not that long ago. The remastered GoldenEye that nobody played. They're not gonna get Rare to back that one, which goes into my next one of Perfect Dark. Not one I can necessarily play with my family, but one that I freaking loved.
That's not gonna be on there.
No, it's not going to be on there.
I know what we're saying we should, but there's no way. Smash Brothers? That's the OG Smash Brothers, right?
That'll be on there. Guaranteed that'll be on there. I kind of want, and I know I'm totally like poaching off of Danny O'Dwyer from today, but Wave Race. Wave Race was an awesome game. It was one of those games where you sat there and you were like, oh my gosh, this is so real. Look at that water.
We've all said that.
Yeah. It's always the water. And I know I'm totally poaching his joke, but seriously, every time you put in a new game that has anything to do with the ocean,
it's always the water.
The first thing your eyes go to is, oh my gosh, that looks so real. I mean, I played Assassin's Creed 4 last week, just bored, and I decided to play it, and I was like, the water's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
I wonder if we're gonna look back and like say the same thing that we look back on like N64 games about the water. Like, ugh, we thought that was real.
Yeah, I'm sure
that would look good.
I'm sure we will. But yeah, Wave Race, I want on there.
I got nothing after that, honestly.
Okay, Wave Race.
This is all you. This is a you topic.
I want Pilot Wings. Pilot Wings. My cousin and I spent hours playing that. That's just pure nostalgia for me. Not that it was necessarily a great game. It was more of a, hey, look at what our system can do game more than anything else. Fighting Mecha Hawk. That was pretty cool. Like the one thing you got to blow up in that game. Everything else was fly through these rings.
Star 64.
Star Fox, yeah. Oh, that's where I was going next. Star Fox 64 was awesome.
See, I know Nintendo.
It's got to make people feel better about things again. Well, better about Star Fox because Star Fox Zero is hot trash. I want, if they're only going to put one Zelda game on this thing, which I think they might do, because you can have two, but I want Majora's Mask. If they're only going to go for one, I want Majora's Mask.
Where's Ocarina? What system was that on?
That was 64. So 64
you're going to go with, okay, I'm not even a Zelda fan. Isn't Ocarina like the pinnacle?
Overhyped. No. If we're going, what was the pinnacle? Breath of the Wild was the pinnacle.
Shut up. You know what I mean.
But no, I like Majora's Mask so much better. It's more challenging. It's more fun. It's darker. More fun. Is that funner? More fun. More fun.
Funnest?
It's late. More fun. And it's darker. I like the tone in Majora's Mask. So if they're only going to go with one, that's what I hope they go with. We'll see. But God, what Donkey Kong 64, another rare game.
Yeah.
So that one I think is doable. You just got to get Rare's name off of it. So
yeah, Donkey Kong is their license.
Yeah. What else? What else do I remember playing? You're not getting Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I wish.
There's no freaking way.
You think Xbox is going to do anything with that?
I hope so. There's this weird VR game with a young Conker. I don't know if you've seen the screenshots of it. He looks like he's strung out on meth. It's really ugly. I don't know. God, why? Why did it have to go to Microsoft? Why did they have to buy it? At least if Sony bought it, we'd be getting something.
Oh my God. If Sony bought Rare, do you realize what a game changer that would? We would have seen a Perfect Dark, and it would have came from Zipper, or it would have came from Sony Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think of how what it could have been there.
A Naughty Dog Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh man, so good. There could have been. Man, there's just so many possibilities. Man,
yeah,
missed opportunity.
So I think like F-Zero is going to be on there. So yeah, I think it's probably. I don't know how many games the NES Classic has on it. I don't know how many games the SNES Classic has on it off the top of my head.
The SNES is 21.
Okay, so if they shoot for 20, I think they can do it. But I am going to be curious to see where those Rare licenses go. Yeah,
that N64 was basically the Rare era.
Microsoft owns Perfect Dark. That's not going anywhere. Microsoft owns Banjo-Kazooie. That's not going anywhere. And Microsoft owns Conquer. That's not going anywhere. But will GoldenEye be on it? Will Donkey Kong 64 be on it? Will Diddy Kong Racing be on it? That would be freaking sick.
Oh my gosh.
Because Diddy Kong Racing was by far the superior kart racer of the Nintendo 64.
Okay, I was like, don't say it. Don't say it, you son of a...
Well, again, I've never played CTR, but Diddy Kong Racing was way better than Mario Kart 64, and I'm probably going to get chewed out for that because, the nostalgia effect. But when we were at, what was that? Where
Folsom
was
Foundry?
Folsom Foundry for the meet and greet. We played Mario Kart 64, and I'm sitting there playing it. I'm going, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Diddy Kong Racing was rad.
Diddy Kong Racing was the jam. So I think that one will come back. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, that would be sick. That would be sick to have on there. Just for the soundtrack. I want Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on there. So
interesting. I'm intrigued. I think I would buy the N64 Classic. I think I would buy these 3 consoles over a Wii U. I mean, of course, over a Wii U, over a Switch at this point.
Oh, come on.
Dude, I can't support the bad behavior. Anyway.
You're an idiot. I wanted to spray my blue ink all over you, man.
Hey, you can spray.
Play Splatoon with me.
No, I can't. Chris Bear asks, how upset are you that Cuphead isn't coming to the PS4 and Switch? The answer to that is not at all. I have an Xbox. I'm excited to play it on the Xbox.
Yeah, not upset at all because my wife's not mean.
It does.
Just kidding. I love Sarah. I love Chris and Sarah. But no, I don't care. I think it's kind of cool that Microsoft actually has something that I want to play that only they have. Because I don't care about Gears. I don't care about Halo. Kind of excited about Cuphead.
I actually talked about this on Fat and Angry Monday's episode. Cuphead is I am really excited for it. Like it's a game that I'm like all in on. I'm all in on the cool art style of it being like a 30s cartoon.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm nervous about the platforming elements of it, because the added parts, because originally it was all boss battles and they just threw in this extra part. I think
the platforming is gonna just anticipate bad.
I think they got it down.
Bad.
I'm not gonna. I don't believe.
But here's what I'm saying. Don't go into it thinking it's gonna be as awesome as those boss battles are and let yourself be disappointed.
Yeah.
Have a low expectation for the platforming and be stoked for those boss battles.
I think they fixed it somewhat though. I know they're not gonna be awesome as the boss battles, but I do think that I think that's why it's got delayed so much. I think they've been listening and changing and adapting their vision for the platforming levels. So we'll see. I love a good platformer.
Yeah. And really, I don't buy that it's going to be – it might be an Xbox exclusive for a couple of years, but it's another one of those things where Xbox lets things go for the right amount of money. Minecraft was an Xbox exclusive. If Cuphead is popular enough, it's going to make its way onto other platforms.
We'll see. I think that's a little different.
I don't know. Look at how much money Microsoft could have made if they said, Minecraft, you're not going anywhere.
I know, but it's still Minecraft, though. They'd make more money letting it go on other platforms.
We'll see. We'll see.
It is. We will see. And they would have pissed off a lot of people in the process.
It would be a really good Switch game, but it's another one of those things where I'm like, could the Switch handle it? Because Cuphead is beautiful.
Yes. I'm so excited.
And I don't know if the Switch could handle that because, again, the Switch playing Snake Pass is a good game. It's a fun game, but it looks like Vaseline was rubbed all over my screen.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I'm not in the Xbox ecosystem that much. And I really hope that they nail it. I really want something to go right for Microsoft here. In terms of games. Obviously, a lot of things are going right for them, but I'm saying in terms of content, I hope that they get this right, and I hope that they have something that they could build on in the future. Agreed.
Because as of right now, Cuphead and Crackdown and State of Decay are the only exclusives on the horizon
for the year.
For right now. And the only one
I got it right here
that looks that great is Cuphead. State of Decay 2 is probably going to be fun. Crackdown looks like Crapdown. Cuphead looks awesome.
Cuphead and Crackdown 3 and Super Lucky's Tale on the Xbox One X.
Okay, so Cuphead.
Crackdown looks all right.
Nope. You missed my joke. Crackdown is Crapdown.
I'm excited for Super Lucky's Tale as well. I don't know if I want it to be like a joke that I'm excited for it or if I'm actually excited for it, but for some reason I'm excited for it. I want it to be good. I like 3D platformers. I want more.
How long do you think it takes before Microsoft gets sued by Sega?
How long do you think it takes before I stop playing Super Lucky's Tale?
5 minutes.
Put your bets in the comments below. I have hopes. Let me have hopes.
I think the only people that are going to be upset about Cuphead not going to any of those are people that don't have...
Who are owned by their wife. Owned and operated by their wife.
Can we word it differently?
Yeah, Chris Barrett. The only people who upset is Chris Barrett.
And let's be real. I don't know if Cuphead is the most family-friendly game to be thrown up on the Switch. It's about a character who makes a deal with the devil.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hey, that's how cartoons used to be, man.
I know. They used to be awesome. Have you seen the new Mickey Mouse cartoons? Weird segue. They look like they're all strung out on crack. And I know I just used the strung out on meth joke for Conquer, but Google screenshots from the new Mickey cartoons. They're freaking creepy. They're really creepy.
Interesting. I'll have to look at that. Now, for those of you who don't know, Chris Barrett. I don't want to say this. Anyway, for those of you who don't know Chris Barrett, go look him up on Twitter, Ocarina Pro, at Ocarina Pro, and go ahead and just tell him
that Twitter handle.
Just go and tell him how bad he is at Smash Brothers. Tell him that Kyle will always beat him because Kyle is undefeated against him in Smash Brothers and is just so good.
That's not true.
Go stop. Go with the lie.
I beat him once.
Go with the lie.
I beat him once.
And just tweet him and just say you should teach or you should let Kyle Bunyea teach you how to play Smash Brothers. Yeah, that's what we're running with. Everyone tweet him that. Everyone go tweet at Ocarina Pro. You should let Kyle Bunyea teach you how to play Smash Brothers.
Or just say hashtag you suck.
Hashtag go drink your muscle milk.
Hashtag have your baby already.
Yeah. Tweet him all those things that we just said. He asked another question, but I don't think we have time for it today. We'll just talk about it.
Yeah. Another day,
Chris. Another day.
Hold on. Wait a minute. This needs to be addressed on here.
Oh, here we go.
And I don't care how long it takes. Your hate for In-N-Out fries.
All right. Jesus, we just added another hour to the freaking podcast.
So for background, and I'm sure everybody that's freaking watching this already knows, Andy Cortez tweets out.
Oh, kind of funny. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. Formerly of Rooster Teeth. Tweets out that In-N-Out fries taste like cardboard.
They do.
And says something about Whataburger. And I'm not going to lie, I then Googled what the frick Whataburger is because I'm not a fat Texan, I'm a fat Californian. And Whataburger looks disgusting.
Whataburger is delicious.
It looks disgusting.
As a California, born and raised, Whataburger.
It's not Whataburger.
I know.
Like
no, it's Whataburger. No, stop. Just let me mispronounce things. Whataburger is phenomenal. Is it better than In-N-Out? Their fries are. Their burgers aren't, but it's really good. And they have cinnamon rolls. Oh, doctor, get out of here. Get out of town. It's so good. It's so good, Gamey.
You can't. No.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. And then the argument. Then you made the argument when I said no, they're amazing, and you said they're only good smothered in Thousand Island cheese and grilled onions.
Yes, animal style. That's the only acceptable way to have them.
They're freaking amazing. And then you made the comment, well, anything's good with that. Think of that as just like base ingredients for In-N-Out fries. If you're getting In-N-Out fries without that, you're getting them wrong.
If that's what we're arguing, then yes, In-N-Out fries are phenomenal. Because obviously, when I get In-N-Out, every time I get animal fries, every time. But I scoff at people who get them without cheese and the Thousand Island sauce and grilled onions. It's wrong. It should be illegal. But
here's the thing. I don't understand.
Plain In-N-Out fries are cardboard. They're styrofoam. They suck. They're cold and they're soggy and they're terrible.
I don't understand where what In-N-Out you're getting your fries from.
No, even when they're like fresh, they don't. It's almost like they're not fresh. It's like they don't have that crunch. They don't. No, they're terrible. I get that crap out of here.
They are fresh. They're as fresh as you're gonna get.
No, I get it, but they're terrible. I'd rather frozen if they tasted better.
Oh my gosh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
No, it's just Kyle.
I'm just saying this is the new pineapple
peanuts, packing peanuts, and that's the same thing as an In-N-Out fry.
You're an idiot.
You're an idiot, sir. In-N-Out fries terrible.
Can we at least both agree that Five Guys sucks?
Five Guys is all right. Not the best. I do appreciate how they smother your burger and fries.
No.
I don't like how they have their burger set up, though.
God,
I don't like their buns. Their buns are trash.
Five Guys is disgusting.
Their burgers are trash. I mean, their buns are trash.
Andy Cortez, you're not watching this. Go to the Habit.
So good.
Go to the Habit. Try the Habit.
Habit sucks. Onion rings are good, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go to the Habit, get a double char, and some onion rings.
No, the Habit's burgers suck. Their onion rings are good.
Oh my gosh, I hate you.
No, they're not good. They're just not good, Kyle.
Oh.
And okay, also, see, like I said, you've opened a huge, just a gaping hole here, because Whataburger, like I said, I'm born and raised California. What I like to do, all right? Hear me out. You get two of those cinnamon rolls I was talking about, all right? Hear me out. And you take the bun off of the Whataburger, and you put those bad boys together. The meat and the cheese and the delicious grilled onion in between the cinnamon rolls. Ooh, doctor.
How much weed did you smoke to try that?
You're in flavor country. Population.
Oh gosh. Okay. Side note, not as popular of a burger place, but I think you would really enjoy Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers.
Where is that in Texas? Because that sounds like it's in the South.
No, they're all over the place. The closest one to me, so the closest one to your hometown, I believe is in Hesperia, but let me double check real quick. Because this is the information you all want, that you all beg
it's
for.
the end of the podcast. If you don't want to listen to this, tune out. This is the best part, I think.
If you're listening by now, my hat's off to you, Mr. Alexander.
The homie.
Yeah, closest one is Hesperia, and oh my gosh, I don't think there's another one in Southern California. But they have good fries. They have good burgers.
You just made an obscure burger reference from Hesperia, California. That's the suggestion
they're in
our audience.
They're in Nevada, they're in Idaho, they're in Montana, they're in
Hesperia, California.
What shape is that? Oh, that's Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico. Shut up. I haven't taken a class in years where I needed to know all the states and what they look like. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas.
Okay, there's enough of this. We don't need to name every state.
Illinois, Indiana.
Okay,
Michigan,
anyway.
Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida.
I do
South Carolina, North Carolina.
Come on, man. Just let me hear half this.
Pennsylvania.
I gotta get my last word in. Shout out. All right. I love the In-N-Out burger. Oh, man, it's so good. You get the double animal style. So good. So good. Oh, and the toasted buns. It's rad. In-N-Out's so good. So good. I'll just keep saying it. So good. But don't sleep on the bacon double Del from Del Taco. Now listen. This is a claim that I've been making for quite some time. All right.
You're so fat.
This This is the claim I've been making since high school. You take a bacon double del and you put it next to an In-N-Out double double. It's a competition, sir. It is a competition because it is an underrated burger that is so freaking good. The bacon double del. Everyone go try it. Go to Del Taco right now. Order a bacon double del. Get some of those cheesecake bites. Whew, doctor.
Was the Whopper good too then?
No, the Whopper is trash. Anyone who says Burger King's good just needs to be thrown in the garbage.
Yeah, they used to have really good fries, and I don't know what happened. They used to have good fries.
Wendy's, phenomenal.
Ew. Ew.
No, it's so good. When was the last time you went to a Wendy's, sir?
Really recently, because my wife likes them every once in a while.
It's so good.
No.
Their fries are the best fries. Or
round.
Some of the best fries.
Are round.
Stop. This is your hang up, man.
I don't want corners on my beef.
It's more meat. You get more beef.
Not.
Yes, you do.
It's just a different shape.
Nope. You get more beef. You get the corner beef. The best kind of
it's corner beef.
The
only time you get corner beef is San Francisco, 2 a.m. The chick the dude that looks like a chick is when you get corner beef. Get out of here with that nonsense. God,
no, it's so good because you could like bite around it and it's like you haven't bit into the burger, but you still got little pieces of beef from the corner. It's outstanding. Wendy's underrated, and their fries probably the best fast food fries.
You know what is underrated is Baker's.
No, okay. See, this is the thing, Kyle Bunyea. Don't blaspheme on my podcast. This
Baker's
is terrible.
Burgers are pretty good.
They're trash. Baker's, I would rather go eat anywhere else. I would literally rather go eat at Burger King than at Baker's.
Okay. I'm just trying to find some common ground here with you.
There's no common ground there.
And my last ditch effort is Carl's Jr.
Yes, Carl's Jr. is good. We can argue with Carl's Jr.
Some of you.
Yeah.
No one cares about you outside of California.
A little mad they gave up the sex appeal, but
Meh.
I know. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Carl's
their
Jr.
Western double Western.
Doctor, you're speaking.
There's something about their barbecue sauce that is just so good. It's the best fast food barbecue sauce.
I don't like barbecue sauce. I like their barbecue sauce. So that's saying a lot.
And we agree on Chick-fil-A.
Oh, God. That's a whole nother discussion, man. Chick-fil-A is in my top 5 of best fast food restaurants. And anyone who just says it's another chicken sandwich, go.
You're wrong.
I forgot you're on this podcast. I got a sense for myself. You could just go away, sir. Take it somewhere else. I don't want to have any of that nonsense. And their fries are delicious, covered in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah, we're already down the rabbit hole. $10,000. If you and I can pool $10,000, that's all it takes to open a Chick-fil-A franchise.
That's it?
Yeah. Granted, you still have to find the building, but for the franchising rights, it's $10,000.
Oh my God, Kyle.
My brother called and asked.
Kyle.
We got to do it.
God,
One day.
Man.
One day.
I just want to live at Chick-fil-A. I want to do a video one day of just taking a bath in Chick-fil-A sauce.
And you know what you do to make sure your Chick-fil-A is the most successful one in your area? You find the biggest church in town, in the city, and you open up the Chick-fil-A right across the street, because the way you keep a business alive in this country is with nerds and evangelicals, because for whatever reason,
most passionate groups.
Things. Yeah, absolutely. So you open a Chick-fil-A across the street from like any Calvary chapel, and you'll be busy all the time, except on Sundays.
No, let me ask you a question.
Be open on Sundays.
Chick-fil-A, you think they run under the table operations on Sundays?
No.
Like they're secretly open?
They're dealing out the back door.
They're dealing out the back door.
The guy in the trench coat is like, I got some sauce. What do you want?
I think there's something there. Someone look into that. Because I'm almost positive someone is dealing Chick-fil-A out the back door on a Sunday.
Here's how we become millionaires. Go against the franchise rules and open on Sunday.
Man.
We'd lose the franchise because that's the only thing.
You deal out the back door.
No, I know, but I'm just saying they're so cheap, but they're also super controlling. So you have to follow their rules.
I know. That's why it's all under. This is a freaking James Franco and Seth Rogen movie right here.
And then we operate Chiptooth Gaming in the office of our Chick-fil-A.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
The color scheme matches. It's red and white. And
here we go. That's awesome. We have a little studio.
We're good. Always have sweet tea on hand.
Oh my goodness. Oh, doctor, this is my I'm gonna be dreaming about this tonight.
Oh boy.
It's late.
Yeah. Anyway.
Kyle Bunyea, thank you. This has been an awesome one. It's been a long one. It's been an awesome one.
It's gone off the rails a little bit.
A lot of it, I'd say. A lot of smack talking on Chris Barrett at Ocarina Pro. Ask him that. Tell him that Kyle Bunyea should train him at Smash Bros.
Hashtag you suck.
Hashtag muscle milk.
Hashtag be better at video games.
Yeah, dude. Hashtag.
He's going to give me so much crap tomorrow.
Operate.
Anyway.
Well,
it's been a time.
One. If you want to follow us, you can go ahead and follow Chiptooth Gaming at CTG Vids on Twitter. You can follow me at Cheeks_Junior, and you can follow Kyle, old trusty himself, over at Sketchy Mailman on Twitter. Both of us are, I think, pretty active on Twitter. If you have any questions, send them in to the comments down below. Just go ahead and scroll below and just type in a comment, or if not, tweet us. We want to hear from you. It's a conversation. Like and share this video. It helps us grow, helps us get bigger, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Become part of the few, the proud, the many. I really hope that's not trademarked by the Army.
All right, we need to go to bed now. We're getting weird.
Until next time, players, I've been Mike Doherty. This is Kyle Bunyea.